John Kerry, veteran, senator, 2004 presidential candidate, and eventual Secretary of State. John Kerry was born in Denver, Colorado, 1943, to Richard Kerry and Rosemary Forbes. Richard Kerry worked in foreign service, and therefore Kerry spent much of his childhood abroad. Kerry and his three siblings were raised in his father's Catholic faith. Kerry even spent some time serving as an altar boy. In 1957, Kerry returned to the U.S. to attend St. Paul's, an elite boarding school in Concord, New Hampshire. Kerry's appetite for knowledge and excellence was soon recognized, earning him a spot in the Yale class of 1966. While at Yale, Kerry developed his appetite for politics and was extensively involved at the university level. Not only did he major in political science, but he became the president of the Yale Political Union, which gave him access to and a voice in national politics. Following his time at Yale, Kerry enlisted in the Navy to serve his time during the Vietnam War. After completing 16 weeks at the Naval Academy, Kerry became a gunboat officer where he earned various military honors and awards, including the Silver Star, the Bronze Star with Combat Valor, and 3 Purple Hearts. Kerry was profoundly affected by his time in Vietnam, and as a result worked extensively on behalf of veterans, founding the Vietnam Veterans Against the War. Through this organization, Kerry got his first taste of the Senate when he spoke on behalf of VVAW. In 1972, Kerry made his first bid for public office. Unfortunately, Kerry was unable to secure a seat on Congress and decided to pursue a law degree at Boston College prior to trying again. Following law school, Kerry served a brief stint as the assistant attorney of Middlesex County in Massachusetts and a few years in private practice. In 1982, Kerry secured his first public position as the lieutenant governor of Massachusetts under Michael Dukakis. 2 years later, Kerry went national, securing one of Massachusetts' seat on the Senate. Kerry would go on to win re-election in 1990, 96, 2002, and 2008. While in the Senate, Kerry supported free trade, expansive U.S. foreign military, and the high-tech economy, earning him a slightly leftist-centered reputation. In 2004, Kerry secured the Democratic nomination for president, which pitted him against the incumbent George W. Bush. Much of Kerry's campaign went to developing a presence and criticizing President Bush. Among other things, Kerry was opposed to Bush's handling of foreign policy, particularly in the Iraqi conflict. Come the fall, Kerry unfortunately lost the bitter campaign, but did not retire from politics as many candidates do. Kerry was re-elected to a Senate seat in 2008 and continued to be a prominent voice on the Senate, particularly in the areas of foreign policy. Kerry's commitment to his role earned him the nomination for Secretary of State under Barack Obama in 2012. While Secretary of State, Kerry faced many challenges, including the Assad regime in Syria and negotiating nuclear treaties in Iran. Kerry has generally been seen as successful, having negotiated a nuclear treaty twice in Iran and agreeing upon a ceasefire in Syria following their use of chemical weapons in 2013. However, once Kerry left office as Trump was elected president, Assad resumed the usage of chemical weapons on their civilians. In the years to come, it will definitely be interesting to see what effect the Trump administration will have on Kerry's successes and where Kerry will be headed in the future. As always, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button below. If you'd like to learn more about the recent Syrian chemical attacks and how Trump reacted, why don't you check out my opinion and click the video to the left. Thanks again and see you all next week. It's morning again in Mexico. Waves wash against the shore as millions get ready to go to work. They go to work cooking food, building houses, and selling goods to Mexicans and Americans. A guide at Chichen Itza will teach Mexicans and Americans alike about a wonder of the world. An entire nation will welcome us into their country and their lives. It's morning again in America. We begin construction on a wall to keep them out. There are speed limits to follow when driving a car. Some people think they don't really make the roads safer. Others think they are what protect us the most. For some, these limits are too fast. For others, they are just too slow. Since nobody can agree upon what is right, isn't it best to be safer rather than sorry? Three years ago, we invited Donald Trump to comment on his 3-year early campaign. He refused. Maybe that's because he knew it would get much worse. An FBI investigation would launch within a month. His budget would cut programs like the EPA, the UN, labor, justice, and education by up to 31%. The deficit would hit a new high, while consumer confidence would hit a new low. Maybe Trump declined because he knew we'd ask, can we handle this term, let alone another? The time is now for Kanye West. Vote Kanye 2020.
Just 1 week ago, the Assad regime used the biological nerve agent sarin gas against their own civilians. Now, we could have spent an hour discussing the moralities and political complexities of using a weapon of mass destruction. Yes, it is generally considered in the same class of weapons as a nuclear warhead, let alone using one against your own citizens. But the gods of political reporting thought that we didn't have enough on our hands. So in the week following Assad's gassing, his supporter, Russia, called a UN investigation. The world has cried in unison. Yes, America, we even cried with you. And America launched Tomahawk missiles at a Syrian airbase for the first time in Syria's 6-year civil war. Wait, what? The US has gotten themselves involved in another civil war? Yep. Late last Thursday night, in a move that, for the past 5 days, has caused unprecedented debate among Americans, Donald Trump ordered 50 missiles to be fired at the Syrian missile base in retaliation to the Assad regime's horrific gassing of their own civilians. When America woke to this astonishing news, many were unsure of what to think. I think we can all agree that the use of sarin gas is completely immoral, but is it right to get involved? Why did Donald Trump do exactly what he criticized Obama of doing during his historic campaign? Could it all have been to create an artificial tension with Russia to show Donald Trump's innocence in the FBI's investigation on supposed Trump collusion with Russia? Or is it really the kind-hearted persona of Donald that we have yet to see? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on everything Trumpgate.